Let's go with Ducati first because
Okay.
we'll talk about the racing last.
Okay, so obviously Ducati bike release came out this week, which is amazing. They're not going to race for 2 years, but we have a bike. Try and
Well,
take
they're
note.
supposed to be doing GPs next year, though.
Triumph's marketing
All right,
was
so they're not
good.
they're not doing any racing like on the big stage, but
Yes.
they are doing the Italian series with
Yes.
Lupino.
Yes.
Wait,
So
is Cairoli going to jump in, you think?
I mean, he might show up at one of them, but I highly
maybe.
doubt it.
What do you guys think of the bike, just from the looking at it?
So the chassis looks really good. It looks very short and nimble.
I mean, everybody's like, oh, it looks like a Honda, looks like this, looks like that.
Well-
I mean, all the bikes look the same nowadays.
Well, that's
Fucking get
interesting
over it.
because that kind of plays into what you had talked about at some point, right? With there was rumors they had bought the
Honda chassis.
right to the 22 Honda chassis, which maybe they did. Who knows?
I love it, dude. That bike looks like it's going to turn on a dime.
What, don't they have some kind of special valve
Yes.
technology
So the
patented or
valves,
something?
the valves
camshaft
are
pushes
almost
it.
like pneumatic. It's not valve spring related.
The camshaft pushes the valve open instead of the spring.
Which they do on the sport bike side too, which allows them to rev way
Yeah, like
higher.
But also
like
allows it to
18
be like a torque monster, too, right?
Yes.
Like, that's
Okay.
why everybody, if
Yes.
they ever build a 250F, that thing will be at the tip of the top.
I'm here to tell you, man, I'm really pushing to start a savings account here to buy one of these when they come out.
There's a lot of people that believe that if they do make a 250F, they will be able to rev 18,000
They're
RPMs.
going to make a 250.
Oh, yeah, we
and
know,
the
but at some
450,
point-
the 450 is almost guaranteed it's going to go to 20,000.
See, so my
Which
thing
I
with
think is
that,
stupid, but it's cool for anybody like a Barsha.
Yeah,
I
Might as well
we're
ride a 350 if you're going to have a 20,000.
is a high revving bike really something Roxon's going to be good on, though?
No, but here's
no,
the
but
thing,
it's
though.
What they're
torquey.
paying.
Here's the
and-
thing, though.
yeah.
With that valve system, though, they can do so much more with the mapping and the way they can make the valve open at certain angles for a guy like Kenny who just puts it in third half the time.
Yeah.
So that's a patented thing for them. Nobody else can grab that technology.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
they've been
believe
doing
so.
it for a
They've been doing it for a long,
long
long time, though.
time,
That's
How much you
really
guys think
cool.
that bike's going to be?
I mean, they're going to put their Ducati price point on it for
20,
sure.
right?
So
I
is
would probably
so
say,
if,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So this is
Because
something
that's
I
my
don't know.
plan is I'm going to spend 20 on it.
This is something I don't know because I don't pay attention to this. Has it been said if they're just going to do a base model and then a factory edition model, or are they just going to do
They're-
a base model because they're a new?
I cannot believe we are not going to get a. I don't even know what the hell to call what Ducati calls it, but we're going to get
like the
some
sport bike,
sort.
right?
We're going to get some sort of edition. Yeah, probably. What do they call it? Like the Pengalis or
Yeah.
something like that. I believe there will probably be a base model and a Pengali model.
So
now
the
the
base-
Pengali model,
the base
you're
model-
talking sky's the fucking limit.
The base model, I'm going to go. I'll be real specific on this because this is the kind of stuff that I think we're all
I think the
interested in.
Italian
Wait,
flare is going to
what's
be
a
cool.
what's a brand new 24 450 Cowie?
10.
What's the
10?
factory edition?
That's it?
Or the SR edition?
That thing was like 12.
All right.
'Kay.
So the base model will be 18.5, and I think the
Okay.
Pengali or whatever you just said, 24.2. 24,000.
There's going to be a bunch of Sebastian Tortelli looking fuckers at the local track riding them.
Oh, it's going to be.
So this has been a super
Ridiculous.
interesting topic because they talk again. Lewis kind of brought this up on Pulp. So number one, the guy who has moved over to do the run the motocross side of things, was the guy that was running the MotoGP side of things.
Oh, so he's smarter than hell.
He is not leaving MotoGP in that salary to take a pay cut and fucking lose.
No, yeah, like we talked about, they want to win on
This
every
is
level.
going to be incredible.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but Roxon ain't going to win him a title.
No, but their
No.
next person will though.
No, but
Whoever that
after
person
that, it's good. Then it's going to get interesting.
I'm here to tell you that 250F, whenever they decide to, which
Mm-hmm.
let's just say 2027, 2026 maybe.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to want to ride that fucking thing.
I mean, I'm not
There
a
will-
450 guy, but I want to buy one.
There
to
will
be
not
honest
be
with
a
you.
person in the pits that will not want to ride that.
And the
250.
crazy thing, too, is our sport will never regulate them if it is that big of an advantage. You know what I mean? Like in MotoGP,
So-
they regulate them, and I
Yeah.
think World Superbike, they were doing some
and
regulations.
I'll
so-
tell you this: if this person is still on a 250 at that point, but he probably won't, Hayden Deegan will be on that team.
I think he'll be on it on a 450 too. To be honest
Yeah.
with you.
I would love to see Cowie at him.
I mean, it'd be cool. It'd definitely bump up.
Yeah,
their
but
stock.
if they're bringing Ducati money,
But so this is where, like I said,
Oh,
it gets
touchdown.
interesting.
no way.
Killer. This is where it gets interesting. What they talked about is Ducati is going to level up the entire sport.
Yeah.
Because of the essence that they're going to bring,
the brand and the value that they
Yes.
bring.
Yeah.
And because they talked about it with basically everything they do, and like that release that they did there, every major motorsports person that was there was like, this was the most incredible, because they did the MotoGP thing at the same time. Well, that's easy. All you got to do is not use a pixelated picture for your press release, and you're better.
Don't go on a rant.
Like we could do a better press release than
Do you
Triumph.
want me to talk about how all the bikes didn't even have like factory clutch covers on them?
I know you want to go on a rant. Don't.
So that's really been talked about too. Is the fact that Triumph, the GP team, is like
looks legit,
and then the US team is like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, man, that it's going to level up. It's perfect timing because we keep talking about elevating the sport and the value and the brand that Ducati brings. The people that are going to want to just say they rode for Ducati because they've accomplished everything. And there's going to be no half-ass shit going on at their team.
No.
Like all the shit that we see at these other teams, I'm not going to say names, but all the shit that we see at these other teams, whether it be 250, 450, that will not fly at Ducati.
Yeah, they're going to bring some European flair for sure. Does the claw make it to that bike too?
I don't know.
No.
It's probably going to be a Red Bull team, to be honest with you.
I mean, Cairoli's got a monster helmet.
Is that who sponsors?
I'm pretty sure the bike had a monster logo on it.
I don't know what the
MotoGP
teams have.
It does have it on the side of the plates.
So let me ask you this: do they bring Formula One vibes to
the pits?
The pits here?
Not the first year, but the second year,
with a better thing and a more high profile. Like we're talking
super nice coat.
Can I also say this? And this is a shot at nobody is specific, but this is a shot at a lot of the people that work for certain teams. There's going to be no half-assed mechanics, engineers.
Oh yeah,
because we all
you're going to have to submit a resume.
We all know.
They're not even going to submit a resume. They're going to have people already.
We all know there's certain mechanics on certain teams, and we've all seen it, that are just glorified parts changers. And this is coming from like the mechanic side of me. Like this fires me up a little bit. There's glorified parts changers.
I think I know who you're talking about.
There's none of that. Like you aren't gonna just be some Joe Blow.
Yeah.
Maybe a guy that was Hansen's mechanic at one time?
How long before we see a Lamborghini branded Ducati 450?
I mean, yeah, that'd be sweet.
So my question to you is,
Jet's gonna want to ride for that team.
I'd be highly surprised if he doesn't. To be honest with you, him and Hayden are going to be teammates.
My question to you is, that's actually not wild to me.
No, it's not.
No. What do you expand on that a little bit? Because I guess I just don't. I understand the basic level.
So Lamborghini owns Ducati. Okay,
but what do you mean on the vibes? Like, explain a little bit.
Oh, you mean the vibes of the pits?
The basic level of I understand what you're saying, but like, what do you mean?
So we've all seen.
I'm just figuring out like real clean cut.
So we've all seen. Haas. But where I'm going a step further is and we get this with like say Anaheim for the season opener. Okay, you get a couple of maybe the A- level, B+ level movie stars that show up. You know, you get a few NASCAR drivers,
a rock star,
a couple of rock stars, that kind of stuff. I'm talking that, but all the time.
Oh, you mean like what it's like at Monaco or the Miami?
Yeah, trying to bring that
anybody
kind of
and everybody.
Bingo.
Oh,
bingo. And this is vibes that they were talking about on that Jason Anderson Gypsy Tales podcast here, of like how the sport levels up is when you have that going all the time, like Formula One. Because Jace was talking about, and actually they both were being at the F1 at Vegas, and how. You know, it was fucking psychotic with how
the Miami Grand Prix that they had, the people that were on the start grid. So then if that's
that's every Formula One race.
Yeah, because